So today I went to the Enterprise rental dealership. I was actually there for about an hour, and not only that, I ended up meeting with two really awesome guys from the Enterprise branch here in Cape Coral. We were together for about 3 hours, and in that 3 hours we discussed business, we discussed what I'm looking to do, we learned about them and who they are, they learned about me and who I am and how I operate. And it really got me thinking about how I'm trying to spread my message and why I like social media and why I like making videos. One of the guys there, we'll call him Fred. Fred is from Brazil, and he's really the definition of the American dream. He wanted to be a swimmer, so he came from Brazil, ended up in Georgia at a small college swimming in college, moved to Houston, Texas, bounced from job to job, met his wife, got married, and for the last year has been living in Cape Coral. Now he works at Enterprise, and he is one of the head of the trucking department there. And he's talking to me, and we're talking about goals and dreams and aspirations, and he truly solidifies what the American dream is. Now he's at Enterprise and he's working his way up, but his goal is to be able to teach people in Brazil the financial aspect of life in America and growing a business in America. So he wants to start a business, and he wants to build a business, and he wants to teach people in Brazil how to do that. And one of the key aspects he said was that in Brazil, they're not good with financial management. And that was one of the things that he wanted to kind of teach his Brazilian people, which I love. And then he told me, he's like, because, he got to know me a little bit and we were talking for quite some time. He's like, I really look at you and I admire what you're trying to do. You're trying to use a platform to inspire people to be the best version of themselves and go out and get whatever it is they want. And I was like, that's exactly it, man. That's it. That's why I do what I do. That's why I want to have influence, so I can show people that whatever it is that you want to do, you can do. The only limit that you have is yourself. And people don't believe they can do it, so they won't. Or people are too scared of the risk, so they won't. But I know each and every person out there, you have these goals that you put aside. You don't do them because you're scared. But what if you did? And that is how I try to live my life. Between wanting to start a racing business, I did. Starting a media business, I did. Working in real estate, I did. Now starting a trucking business, I am. Everything else that I mentioned too are all things I can pick back up at any time. Just because I'm focusing on something now doesn't mean I can't revisit them. Like, as I've talked about with racing. Racing is something that I eventually want to get back into once the funds are available. But racing is very, very expensive. Future, as I've mentioned, I want to get my pilot's license. So I'm working on these goals that I'm at right now, and eventually I want to put time into getting my pilot's license. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. You have to believe in yourself. You can't let others hold you back. And you can't listen to what the naysayers say, because they are just mad that you're actually taking the initiative to do it. And in talking today to, I think we called him Fred, he helped me realize even more so that that's what I'm trying to do. And him and I are going to be good friends, and we're going to learn, and we're going to talk, and we're going to grow together, especially since he works in Enterprise, and I'll be on a constant one-to-one basis with Enterprise, especially over the next year. So I'm really looking forward to it. But he got me thinking, and I was just like, man, you're absolutely right. You're right. Like, that's what I try to do. So if you're watching this, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just know that you can do it. And the only limit that you have is your own self-imposed limits. Get rid of them. Limits don't exist. You have to go out and take them. You create your own story.